Osaka. This is Clean Earth Energy at the SDGs and EV Auto Show here. And around me, I've got several EVs from many manufacturers. I've got Bentley here, here's Audi, and there's Volvo, and many more. So we're gonna look at the various cars, and we're gonna talk to representatives of the various automakers to look at the various EVs, as well as talk about the EV market in Japan. So let's go and take a look. So here we have the Audi RS e-tron GT. Okay. Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay. Wow. So this is a proper cockpit in this Audi RS e-tron. So we've got the large display here. And he actually started it up for me, so that's very nice, thank you. Wow, and wow, you've got a large map in the center console. So yeah, really, really nice, crisp display. And you've got this secondary console right here, or we should call it the primary console. But yeah, nice, very sort of sporty feel in the interior here. Very nice gloss finish, some Alcantara on here as well. Really nice car, large panoramic moonroof as well. So this is a nice piece of hardware right here. Very impressive. Bang & Olufsen audio right here on the doors. Yeah, definitely would enjoy driving this right here. And yeah, it's very nice. And you've got some toggles to move through the different screens, adjust your volume, and you can move your map around and so on. Wow. Really fantastic car. Okay. Wow. Really spacious interior in the back of this car. Even for what it is as a sport model, very comfortable back here. Good headroom, nice airy feel in here. This panoramic roof is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Wow. Fantastic. You've got climate control in the back here and these really nice seats. Yeah. So if you have some passengers in this car, definitely going to be no problem. I'm about average height, but I think for a larger passenger, 6 feet, it would be no problem in the back of this car and nice, comfortable seats as well. This is a really fantastic interior in the back of this car. I'm surprised at how much headroom is in this car right here. Yes. And one popular feature of many EVs is the frunk. And this is a pretty nice frunk right here. It's very deep, so you can put a carry-on suitcase, maybe even two. And here is the charging kit from Audi. So this is a really nice feature, very deep frunk in this Audi RS e-tron GT. It's a very impressive vehicle. So here is the Bentley Bentayga hybrid right here. So Bentley hasn't formally announced a pure electric vehicle. I believe they have one in the works presently. And this model here, I don't know if it's a plug-in hybrid or a conventional hybrid. So I just confirmed with the Bentley representative that this Bentayga is a conventional hybrid model here. But Bentley will be releasing a full electric vehicle. I believe one is under development right now. I believe it may be with the Mulsanne. I don't know what the plan is for the Bentayga, but this looks like a good platform because of its size, packing in batteries, but We don't know if it will be an EV version or if it will be a new version altogether. Wow. Okay, so here we are with the Bentley Bentayga Hybrid. It's a very well done interior. So I'm gonna step in here and we'll get a view from the back. So wow, that is a very large glossy screen. Very nice interior here, very nice interior accents. So a lot of chrome and polish here, and have this nice panoramic roof here as well. So this is very well done. I'm gonna close the door, and it is very quiet. Wow. Very quiet inside, so you are shielded from the outside world with this car. I mean, it is almost perfectly silent in this car right now. Okay, so now we're here with Volvo, and Volvo has recently announced plans for its 2023 lineup to be hybrid or battery electric vehicles. So this right here, really nice color of the XC60, and this is the Recharge plug-in hybrid from Volvo. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Okay. Wow. So once again, and so a little bit tight for me, but that's okay. We can adjust the steering wheel, move the seat back. So we've got a nice driver display on this car here. Gives some information about the range of the vehicle. And then we've got this vertically mounted display right here with map information, and we can move that around. About the size of an iPad mini, but really nice, very clear and easy to see. The map is quite responsive. And really sort of a minimalist interior, but it's very clean. You've got this crystal gear shifter right here, this nice sort of natural wood finish right here. But just overall, yeah, very clean interior. Yeah, quite nice, high quality feel to it as well. Center mounted speaker as well, but this is a really nice car right here. Wouldn't call it lavish, but definitely functional and a nice level of luxury in this particular vehicle here. Got the panoramic moonroof in this car as well, so that's quite nice to see. Yeah, but a really good feel. And this also feels very much like a driver's vehicle. You can see over the hood really well in this car, so you know where the car is pointed to. So that's really nice for something, or for a car of this size right here, such a large SUV. Definitely like what's going on here with the Volvo XC60. So yeah, so this is a nice interior in the back here. Good foot room. So again, for a larger passenger, quite comfortable. Also, you sit kind of down, so nice and sort of in a kind of low tucked position in this car, but definitely one for a road trip. Maybe a little bit light on the seat bolsters right here, but overall quite nice. Can't say that I'm a fan of the leather all that much on a long ride. So yeah, kind of a negative, but otherwise very nice car here. Okay, so now we're looking at the C40 Recharge, and this is a fully electric vehicle here. So very interesting. So again, you get that nice sort of cockpit feel. Feels a little bit higher than XC60, but similar experience with the dash and the vertical mounted display. Seems like Alcantara, actually no, not Alcantara, some kind of cloth material, maybe a recycled material type of seat with leather, with good support on this right here. Still a nice panoramic moonroof in this particular car right here. So yeah, quite nice. So no problem here if you're a passenger again. So if you're a larger passenger, no problem. Again, the seats are a little bit light in terms of the support right here, but not bad when you have to have passengers in the car. Maybe, again, for a long ride, maybe not the most comfortable. And this interior is pretty clear with the color. It's used some recycled materials for the interior. So quite a sort of funky looking kind of interior sort of situation, almost like a felt right here. Can't say that I'm a fan, but still a nice car indeed, and it seems to feel a little bit higher than the XC60. So here is the rear design language of the Volvo C40 Recharge. So very sporty, and you can see the back is squared off to optimize wind coming off the car to make it more efficient while driving it. So very nice feature right there. And then the signature sort of Thor's hammer treatment right there on the XC40.
またね、新しいお客様が。
So nice. So here we have one of BMW's latest products. This is the iX40 right here. And as you can see, it's an electric vehicle. You've got sort of this closed off front grille right here. And you've got these nice sort of laser lights right here with the blue LED. So one of the things, this panel right here actually houses a lot of sensors to sort of, one, understand road conditions, also safety situations, and there is a camera right here. This material is actually a self-healing material from things like scratches, and so it does play a very important function for this particular vehicle right here. So first thing to notice right here is this hood line, and so this design is designed to maximize airflow over the car for maximum efficiency. And then also you've got this lower grille right here, and that opens and closes to cool the battery as needed. And when it's closed, obviously the battery's cool and giving maximum efficiency to the vehicle while driving it. So in terms of design, some people say that the iX is ugly or they don't like the appearance. I actually think it looks quite nice. It's a good design language. It looks like it is an electrified vehicle. So I would invite you to take a look at this car up close, because I think it is a quite nice looking car, quite striking. You see the character of the car. So I'm actually okay with the design of it. Yeah, good job, BMW. So from BMW, you've got a charging option. This is the BMW wall box right here. This is a level 2 charger, putting out about 6.5 kilowatts, just short of 7 kilowatts right here. So very handsome design. So a nice addition to your home if you have a BMW EV or EV with a compatible type of connector. Not sure why you would have a BMW wall box for another type of vehicle, but very nice option to consider if you have a BMW EV. And over here, we've got a similar charger. This is called the Smart Partner wall box right here. This is from ABB in partnership with BMW. This is a 7 kilowatt level 2 charger right here. So when considering your electric vehicle, perhaps if you're buying from BMW, you'll consider the wall box. But if you're looking for a level 2 charger, you've got the ABB Smart Partner wall box here. So immediately, you've got this sort of funky dash right here. And it's pretty wide open. You've got this open floor right here for the BMW iX. Not quite sure what that would be used for. So maybe you could put a bag or something like there if you want. But first impressions, really funky steering wheel, kind of a never mind. An octagonal shape. I couldn't get that out. But yeah, a really interesting design. I wouldn't call it the most comfortable design, but you know, it takes some getting used to, in my opinion, to deal with a steering wheel like this. Quite chunky right here. So yeah, very interesting steering wheel. So yeah, octagonal shaped steering wheel. You've got this really, really big sort of cabin space right here. You do kind of feel a bit sort of far away from the nose of the car. And I feel like I'm in a comfortable driving position right now. But yeah, it's quite a distance from here, the driver's seat, to the nose of the car. But I'm sure with some adjustments, we could find the optimal driving position. And then we look at this huge screen right here. So quite bright and vivid display. You've got mapping information, moves around quite well. The menu toggles. We're going to mute the stereo so that we can hear me a little bit better inside the car. But this is quite nice. You can operate your climate control using this right here, as well as your seat functions and so on. So that's quite nice. Changing your vents, changing your fan speeds. So that's really nice as well. And then here we've got the sort of car status, so how much range you have available on it, the time, and then overall sort of the vehicle status as well. So really nice. This is a huge interior, really sort of, very airy, spacious interior right here. You've got some nice sort of crystal treatments, some natural wood treatments in here. It's haptic, so that's pretty nice as well. There's actually kind of a vibration coming through my seat, which is quite interesting. I don't know what I just touched to cause that, but quite interesting. So yeah, nice little touch panel right here on the BMW, and this interior quite comfortable. Seating material could again sort of have a little more bolstering in the sides, but nice overall. And again, this huge panoramic glass right here gives that open feel to this interior. Very nice overall. But it feels like the car is quite massive. And the exteriors, the car doesn't sort of seem to kind of project that, but once inside, it feels like a really, really big car. And having owned a BMW, quite a surprising experience. I think overall some really good things happening with BMW here. Take a look around back. So this is really nice right here. Very comfortable, spacious. Again, this huge panoramic glass, absolutely massive. Some sound coming from the headrest as well. So that is quite nice also. Very comfortable experience in the back of this car. You've got some USB-C charging ports right there, so that's really cool to plug your devices into. And you've got your climate control panel right here. And you've got a floor vent also. Actually, we'll get a better look. Floor vent is over here as well. But very, very spacious cabin, very well done. From BMW, Bowers & Wilkins audio in this car as well. And yes, some speakers above your head as well as some lighting also. Overall, very nice job from BMW, but this feels like an absolutely massive, massive vehicle. But definitely nice to take on a road trip. So yeah, this is one of the sort of bigger stars at this car show here. But the interior is absolutely massive. The exterior, I think, doesn't sort of project that feel, but once inside the driver's seat, it feels like you're quite a distance away from the nose of the vehicle. But I would like to have some time behind the wheel to really sort of see if kind of my impressions are really confirmed once driving the car. But overall, I do like the iX40, and I think that the design is certainly forward-thinking from BMW, regardless of what other opinions say. I really like what's going on here. So here we are with Mercedes EQ. This is their electrified subdivision. And so we have the EQB right here and the EQA over there. We don't have EQS, we don't have EQS SUV, and we don't have EQE. It would have been nice to see those, but because those are recently released models, they're not here at this event. But yeah, this is Mercedes electrified portfolio. And so yeah, pretty interesting what they've got on display at today's event. So this is the Mercedes EQ, and I can tell you, you are really upfront with this car once you get into it. Immediately you see the driver's display and then the vehicle information display as well. So you cannot miss that at all. It would be nice if it were a little bit higher. You're kind of looking down at it, but it is a very clear display. Good driver's position. You can sort of see over the hood of the car to know where the car is. So yeah, but you know, I don't expect Mercedes-Benz to really sort of do badly in that area here, but you definitely feel like all of the driver information is right in front of you. So yeah, there's no kind of reaching over or trying to sort of understand what's happening. It's all right in front of you. There's a touchpad display right here, or sort of touchpad right here to control the various functions. And this is a touch-enabled screen right here, so you get the mapping information. The only issue, again, is that you feel like you're kind of looking down and away, so it's kind of taking your eyes away from the road a bit when you are in this car right here. Nice, comfortable seats, very supportive right here on the side. It does feel kind of, a little bit tight on the headroom, but, perhaps for someone of my stature, maybe a little bit on the smallish side right here. Nice panoramic sunroof as well. And then traditional sort of Mercedes-Benz interior styling, some very high quality finishes, some gloss right here, the circular climate control dials. Overall, nice car. But yeah, I do think that this display is kind of, sort of forcing you to look down, and it cannot be moved up and down here. So wow. So this interior, you feel like you're kind of tucked in the back. You can't really see what's happening in the road. So you're just going to kind of be back here and just taking it easy for the ride in this car right here. The seats feel a little bit low, actually. They feel a little bit shallow and need a little bit higher leg support right here on this vehicle. Not something that I think that I would want to do on a long ride right here, being sort of tucked low like this and not having a lot of sort of leg support at the bottom here. But again, you have this nice panoramic roof, and there's good leg room for someone who's above average height as well. So here, what we have is the Honda E, and this is a little bit different, well, actually a lot different than most of the EVs that are on the market. This is more for sort of urban commuting, very short distance driving. It is a very small vehicle, but it is meant for city environments, and particularly for a place like Osaka and Tokyo. A small vehicle, easy to park, easy to navigate, doesn't need a lot of time to charge it either. And it is done quite well in terms of reviews. The design has gotten really good reviews. Nice, very sort of simple styling on the car. I think it looks pretty cool. You got a nice little sort of sporty kind of treatment on the front right here. And what's interesting is that the car has no side mirrors. It uses cameras for the side mirrors here. And that really helps with aerodynamics on this car. Interestingly, the back of the car looks like the front of the car. So it looks like the car could actually going in any direction. So if you're going in reverse, it might look like the car is actually going forward. So very interesting sort of design treatment from Honda there, but it looks pretty cool. This is easily one of the coolest interiors of all the cars I've seen. It feels like you're in a video game, like it's a large computer monitor. So you've got an aquarium right here. There's some other information with the notification right here. And then you've got the vehicle information. And on the very edges, you've got the cameras. So that's pretty cool that you can be driving the car and literally be looking at all types of information all at once. For a small car, this is quite spacious inside, actually. The driving position is a bit low, so it looks like you're kind of driving through the sort of display on the car. So it looks like you're actually driving like a vehicle simulator than the actual car, because you really don't sort of see the hood of the car, but you actually don't have to look far to see the hood of the car. So it's a pretty good driving position right here. Steering wheel's quite light, and you've got some nice natural materials in here as well. So a wood finish. Interestingly, they've got these panels kind of on the top right here. Interesting sort of decision from Honda to put those controls here where you have to kind of look over for them rather than put them sort of on the front surface where the eye can see them. But overall, nice interior. Seats are comfortable, a little bit light in the support right here. And one of the things is this, it clearly is using some sort of sustainable materials, sustainable fibers, but overall nice car. Nice sunroof, and a very cool rear view mirror. I quite like the interior on this car. It is very cool. So because this is sort of an urban commuter, This is definitely not going to be the car you're going to take on road trips. It is very tight in the back of this car right here. So maybe short trips to, I guess, sort of your local club or bar with your friends. That might be a good use case, but you're definitely not going to be doing any road trips. And there is not good foot room under this seat. You're actually kind of running into some kind of barrier here. So that's definitely not what the Honda E's use case is for here. This is a very tight interior right here. So yeah, definitely not for carrying passengers. This here is the hometown hero, and it is Mitsubishi's KEV Concept X Style. Now, something important to know is this style of car, class of car, is called an N-box car. And so why it's called N-box? Because of its boxy profile, very tall, large interior, so you can carry a lot of cargo in it. Easy to maneuver because Japanese roads are quite narrow, and so a car like this is perfect for many Japanese roads. So it'll be interesting to see what Mitsubishi has for the home market in terms of an electrified platform. So we have another vehicle from a hometown player, Lexus, with their RZ model. This is a newly released model. We can't see what's inside of it right now, but it is due to be released to the market very soon. And so once again, sort of the signature closed off grille right here to signify an electrified vehicle. A very cool sort of sharp edge looking design right here. So we should see this vehicle on the market around 2023 or later this year in 2022 as a 2023 model. So we've got that sort of nice crossover styling with it right here. I like this sort of blue color. I think it looks really, really cool, very, very striking. And it looks like a very sort of sleek vehicle, good mid-sized compact SUV. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Lexus and their electrified platform. It does share a platform with the Toyota, the BZ4X, I believe. And so this is the sort of family model of it, but obviously much more upmarket from Lexus. So it'll be interesting to see what this vehicle does once it's officially released to the market. So we just looked at the Lexus RZ, and this is a sister model to the Lexus RZ and the Toyota BZ4X. It is the Subaru Solterra. And if you come around the side here, you can see that it shares a very similar silhouette to the BZ4X and the Lexus RZ. So this is from Subaru. Interesting because Subaru's sort of products are more kind of outdoor sort of lifestyle products. You've got the sort of matte finish cladding on the side to protect the finish against rocks and other types of off-road debris right here. So if you want to take this car off-roading or sort of uneven terrain, this would be the type of surface treatment you could get on this car. The interior is fantastic. You've got the driver display right in front of you at eye level. The steering wheel blocks a little bit, but from my perspective, no problem. I think it's quite nice. And you can see over the vehicle really well right here to, again, understand where the vehicle is when you are driving it. So this would be my optimal position right here. Really nice driving position in this car right here, and I can see the vehicle display information. So really nice how they did this here. It looks like they've got some sort of sensor in the dashboard right here, so that if you take your eyes off the road, certainly the car will alert you. Got this large display right here, which is really nice and clear for mapping information. It would be nice if they could kind of tilt it over this way a little bit to have more sort of a driver orientation. But for driver and passenger, it's a good experience for both people. You've got the gloss finish as well right here. I'm not sure what this does. It's actually a wireless charging mat right here. Interesting for a car of this category, where again, it's sort of meant for outdoor lifestyles. They've got a lot of this gloss treatment in here, but I think overall this is really well done. Comfortable seats, maybe on a hot day, not the best because you could kind of perspire under the legs right here or even along the sides right here, depending on what you're wearing. Nice storage information here, or storage compartment right here. I should stay. But yeah, really nice cabin overall. It would be nice if you could get a panoramic moonroof. I don't know if it's an available option, but I think overall this is a really nice experience in this car. But it is questionable as to why Subaru is using so much gloss in a car of this class right here. Um, and I think this sort of high-mounted console is pretty nice. You've got your various panels, but they are kind of a little bit sort of flush, so it might be a little bit difficult to kind of keep your eye on the road and sort of press these different buttons to change different settings on the car. But overall, very nice product from Subaru. Be curious to sort of see what the response is like once this car hits the market. Okay, so that's all from today's 2022 EVs and SDG show here at Grand Front Osaka Umeda. It's been a fantastic event and also enjoyed seeing the various EVs from the different manufacturers. Really fun event, and I especially want to thank some of the manufacturers for their hospitality and the opportunity to speak with them. So a special shout out goes out to Bentley, Audi, BMW, and Volvo. Had a really nice time, very friendly staff, and learned a lot about their vehicles. Also, hopefully this taught you about the Japanese auto market and the prospects for EVs in this market. So once again, my name is Mark Weich. Really fantastic event. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe buttons and leave a comment below. Thanks a lot, and thanks for watching.